Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stella and you can find me here on YouTube as Stella's Crafty Corner. I will link all of those places in the description box just down the bottom at the end of the video for you. Hope you are all well. Just thought I'd pop on to do this little video. Just been thinking about my projects that I want to do for autumn and winter, so I've been getting some inspiration, putting some things together, so I just thought I'd pop on and make a little video and share with you all my ideas for my winter and autumn knitting. We have got some shawls and some cardigans to show today. I've also got the yarns picked out, or what I think I've got in mind of what I think I'd like to do with the pattern. So let's just jump right into it and we'll get started. So we'll start with the shawls. As in previous years, I've done a mixture of jumpers, I've done some cardigans, and never really made shawls very much in the past. But looking back through the things that I have made, I don't wear any of my jumpers. So all my jumpers I had in my favourites on Ravelry or things that I'd got planned, scrapped all that, gone right back to the drawing board. I'm much more comfortable wearing a t-shirt with a cardigan and a shawl, doing different layers rather than just having a jumper on, because I get so hot and it drives me crazy. So this year, autumn, winter, it's all about cardigans and shawls. So the first pattern that I want to share with you, it's a shawl pattern. The first four are shawls. It's called A Guiding Light by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady Designs. I will insert a little picture here for you. It's called A Guiding Light. I believe it's a DK weight pattern. It is a paid for pattern, but I don't mind, because I think each pattern you buy and pay for, you're helping that designer, you're helping towards their business. And it's just amazing that there are people out there that do have those skills to design patterns and put them out there for the world to share, and it's just brilliant. So A Guiding Light, this is I think it's an asymmetrical shawl. I have got my yarn picked out. I think I did mention this briefly on my last podcast, but I will just go over it again for those that haven't seen that podcast. I will link that one below as well, if anybody wants to pop over and have a look. So the yarn that I have picked out for that one is this here. I don't know if you can see that there. How well do those yarns work together? Absolutely delicious. As you can see, the grey has got some sparkle in it, and we have this really nice, like a salmon pinky colour, and then I have some of this here, which is some Women's Institute yarn, which you can find at Hobbycraft, which is over here in the UK. They do have a website as well, and I do believe that they do ship worldwide. So this is a soft and cuddly DK weight yarn. They are 50 gram balls, and I have 150 grams of this, which, looking at the pattern this morning, excuse me, isn't quite enough with this, which is a full ball. It's 100 gram ball to do the Guiding Light shawl. So I'm pairing it with this. So my thought is, my plan, I'll just fade one out, use what I can of this, use everything I've got, and then fade into the other colour. So I think I'm going to do it in that kind of order. So we go grey first, this one in the middle, and then this pinky colour at the end. They're all DK weight yarns. This one is a Signet, I think it's called Signet Baby Sparkle. And the sparkle is like a pearlescent, it's like a greeny colour. You can just see that there. This is some Starcraft yarn. I think this is in the blush colourway, and the colourway for this one is just pink and grey mix. So that's my inspiration for, or my colour choices for that first shawl. So my second shawl is the Wild at Heart Stripes shawl by Megan Mako over on Ravelry. This one is a free pattern. I believe it is having a look this morning, it's another asymmetrical triangular shawl. There's some stripes and some eyelets. It's in 4-ply fingering weight yarn, and the colours that I have chosen, which is what I think I am going to go with. I don't think I'm going to change it, because over this last week I have been going through all of my stash here, logging it all as stash on Ravelry, which I did not know that was a thing. I was watching one of the Crazy Sock Ladies old podcasts. She was moving from Arizona to Ohio, where she is now, and she was talking about how she's logging and stashing all of her yarn on Ravelry. So I got straight on that, wondered what it was all about, thought it was amazing. So that's what I've been doing. So as I've been going through my stash, and I've been discovering all these yarns that were at the back, that were behind things, so I've just come up with all these different colourways that I just think are magic. So my colour choice then for the Wild at Heart Stripes shawl are these two. I think you can see that okay there. I will put a picture in for this shawl as well so you can see. So this one is it's a denim colourway, and it's a Stylecraft special 4-ply. It's 100% premium acrylic denim colourway, and this one is this beautiful baby spot 4-ply by King Cole. It's in the colourway Popsicle, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see there, but it's got all these beautiful flecks of colour. It's a mixture of blue, green, there's some pinky purple in there, and it's so super soft. This is a 100-gram ball. There's 440 yards or 400 meters, and again this is 100% premium acrylic, and it really is squishy soft, whether it's because it's a baby yarn, but oh squishy. It's not scratchy one bit. So I thought this one, the spot yarn, will be the main colour, and then this will be the contrast. I just thought that was amazing. So I will be sure to put photos in of everything that we're talking about today. Okay, so my next shawl is called the Beach Haven shawl. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. You can also find it on the Lion Brand website. It is a DK weight shawl, and these colour choices that I've put together, I cannot wait. I want to start it now. I've already got one shawl on the needles. I've already got baby cardigan on the needles and a pair of socks. So I'll show you, but I'm really finding it hard not to just sit there and cast it all on. Are you ready? Da, 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 da. How awesome are those together? How awesome. These just make my heart sing so loudly. It's just amazing. So upon going through all of my stash this morning and yesterday, day before, putting various things together, so this was the first one that I picked out. I don't know where I've had this from. It's been caked up for a number of years, to be honest, on my shelf. I don't have the label anymore. I do know that it's DK weight, so it's 100 grams to this, and it's like a nice grey with like dark grey and black flecks in. So we've got that one. So then putting different things together, this was the next one that I pulled off my shelf, some sparkle black. This, I bought this from my local pound shop. I think I have 4 balls of this in my stash. So you need 100 grams each of each stripe of the colour. I will put a photo in too. Then that was my next one that I came across, some Signet DK. This is in the charcoal colourway, really soft, really squishy. 100 gram ball, and you get 298 meters to that one. And then I was trying different combinations of things, and anything that I was putting with it. I've got a couple of different types of grey, but none were working for me. So I just thought, oh, what about some white? So here we go. Women's Institute Premier Acrylic in white. Absolutely gorgeous and soft. Just says just standard white for their name of the colour, but it's a really crisp white. It's really nice. So I held those together and I just thought, wow, I just absolutely loved it. Brilliant. So that is going to be my Beach Haven shawl. Trying really hard not to cast this on. Okay, so that's shawl number 3 that I think I might like to do. I'm almost certain that I'm going to do those because I've got the yarns ready now as well. And then finally my last shawl is the Blizzard shawl. This is like a crescent shaped shawl with, I believe it's got like a scalloped edge. It's a fan and feather pattern. It's by Drops Design. It is a free pattern. It can be found on Ravelry. In my last podcast episode I did share some colours of yarn that I just thought really worked well together, and I just wanted to do something with it. Now I think I found the pattern, so let me get the yarn to show you. Okay, so there we go. Can you see those colours there? Oh, there we go, that's a bit better. How cool are they? In my last episode, if you remember, I said I wanted the green, the white and the pink together. I wanted to do something with those. But then this pattern, there are 4 colours to it, which I didn't realise. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to put with this? I just didn't really know what would work with those. I mean, those just pop by themselves, don't they? And then I came across this one, which again has been caked up on my shelf for a really long time. It is DK weight, I know that much. There are some little pops of green, if you can see there. We've got some blue, yellow and some pink. So I thought all of those together. Not very good at holding things up in front of the camera, but yeah, I mean, they'll just work really well, I think. So that is shawl number 4 for autumn winter 2022. Okay, so that's all of my shawls. I do have some more in my Ravelry favourites, but I can't plan for them all and cast them all on because I'll never get anything finished. We all know what it's like, don't we, when you cast on all the different things, and then if you're anything like me, you get a little bit overwhelmed when you have too many things on the needles and you just don't know what to work on next. So I'm trying to just stick to, I'm trying to get into the practice of 1 garment or shawl, 1 pair of socks, and then I've got a long-term project which is a blanket, a double-sized blanket. So I'm just trying to stick to those 3 things. So hopefully if I can stick to those 3 things, I will actually get things finished and not just sit in project bags for months and sometimes years on end. So those are the shawls. The next thing, project inspiration ideas that I've been putting together are some cardigans. The first one is the Joyrider cardigan. Again, this is a free pattern from Drops Design on Ravelry. Now this one, as you'll see from the picture, it's actually a colour work cardigan. I've never done colour work before. It's something I've always wanted to have a go at, but been quite intimidated by it. So I saw this pattern anyhow, so it doesn't look too complicated. It's just a few stripes around the yoke of the cardigan. There is a jumper design as well. So I'll show you my colour choices, and I did actually buy this wool with the sweater in mind, so the same colours, I almost think it's the same quantities as well, are going to be used for the cardigan. So it's Emu DK, classic DK, which for anybody in the UK, I'm not sure if it's available overseas or in the US. This yarn was around a long time ago in the 60s, 70s and 80s, I believe, and then it came back on the market, I think it was last year. I purchased it from the Knitting Network online. I'd never used it before, never worked with it before, but I mentioned it to my nan. I said, oh, do you remember that Emu yarn from way back when? And yeah, well, they brought it back. What? I can't believe that. Yeah, they brought it back, and I've got some, and it's really soft. I have done a few things with some in the past. It's gorgeous. So let me show you the colour. So the main colour is going to be cream, so that will be the main colour. Emu Classic DK in cream colourway, and it really is soft. It almost feels like a microfiber yarn. It's got that really just soft and squishy and merino-y type feel to it. Oh, it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to start this. So it's 100 grams, you get 282 meters or 308 yards, 100% premium acrylic. So we've got the cream as the main colour, and then there are 5 colours to this pattern, 5 other colours. Excuse me. So these are what I have chosen. I'm getting a little bit blown out there, but those are what I am going to do. See if you can see them a bit better there. This one here, sorry, this one here is like, it's more like a more like a mustardy type yellow. So that's that one is carrot. That's the orangey colour there. So we've got carrot. We have got peacock, which you can't really see it very well on there, but it's like a dark teal kind of colour. We have got a nice classic navy. We have ruby, which this is really nice, really vibrant, lots of colour in these yarns. And then this yellow is called Sunburst. So that is one of my definite projects, this Joyrider sweater cardigan with this colour work. Fingers crossed I can do it. I think I can. I've looked at the pattern several times. I've gone through everything, and it doesn't look too bad at all. So that's the Joyrider cardigan. So my next project in mind is the Midtown Cardigan, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. This is by, I will put the name of, I haven't marked it down here on my notes, I will put the name of the designer of this particular cardigan at the bottom. It's the Midtown Cardigan. It is a oversized garter stitch cardigan with pockets, yes, pockets. It's a DK weight cardigan, and it's really oversized, which is just what I like. I do not like anything tight. I don't mind things being fitted if they're not tight on my body. I just don't like Oh no, absolutely not. So for this cardigan I'm going to use some Starcraft Special DK, and this has been in my stash for a long time. I originally bought a sweater's quantity of this yarn to do it's one of the Tin Can Knits lacy jumpers, but we're jumping off the jumper wagon and we're getting on the cardigan wagon. So this is in the shade Peony, and it's a really nice sort of speckly type yarn, really soft. So that's a colour that I'm going to do the Midtown cardigan in. I think that'll just be a really nice colour all year round, because there are some brighter parts to the yarn, and then you've got some darker bits, so I think that's going to be really nice. My next one, I did talk about this in my last podcast. It's the Sunshine Impressions cardigan. It's a chunky cardigan. I'm going to be holding a strand of kid silk mohair along with the chunky yarn to get that nice brush kind of fluffy effect on the yarn, because the yarn that's used in the original pattern, it's a drops design pattern, has alpaca, and it's an alpaca based yarn, so you get that natural sort of halo over the yarn. But I can't wear alpaca because it just itches me and drives me crazy, so we don't do that. But I am fine with mohair. I don't know why. I can do one, not the other. Who knows? So I will quickly show you the yarn. I have bought the extra kid silk mohair that I was short on, so they have arrived. There is a slight shade difference between what I'd already got in stash and the new ones, because it was a long time ago when I bought the originals. So what I thought I would do in my mind is the two new ones, save those for the sleeves, and then use the yarn that I'd had for a while for the front and back. Excuse me. So the yarn for that cardigan is going to be these two held together. So this is some Starcraft Special Chunky in the gold colourway, and then this is some Drops Kid Silk, and this is in the vanilla colourway, I believe. So I thought those two held together would be really nice. Okay, and last but not least, another this is going to be more of a winter cardigan, because it's another chunky weight or bulky weight yarn cardigan. It's the Autumn Charm cardigan on Ravelry. It is a paid for pattern, but I will insert a picture so you can have a look, have a browse, see what you think. The yarn that I'm using for that is this beautiful Marble Chunky by James Brett, and can you see all of the colours in that? Absolutely beautiful. I think this would pair really nice with a white top underneath and a nice pair of jeans with some boots in the winter. The pattern has got deep rib cuffs and ribbing around the bottom, and it's got some really nice cable work coming up the top, coming up the front, I believe. So I just thought that that would look lovely, because the yarn it's using, the pattern is very similar to this, like the variegated I think it's more rusty autumnal kind of colours in the pattern that's used, but I thought this would just be, and I have more than enough as well. I have 4 balls of this. These are 200-gram balls. You get 312 meters or 341 yards, and it fits to most chunky patterns. So I will do a gauge swatch just to make sure. So that's my yarn for my 4th cardigan that I really would like to try and have a go at doing. Again, I do have other cardigans in my favourites, but these are the ones that I've just picked out that I've got the yarn for already, because I am trying to use up my stash. I have been trying all year long. I've kind of done well, but I kind of haven't. I'll show you next podcast episode. I do have some purchases to show. Not supposed to be buying anything, but I did. Anyhow, that's everything for today. Thank you ever so much for joining me, whether you're a new viewer or a returning viewer. Thank you ever so much for taking a minute just to stop by and come and join me in my crazy crafting area. Just taking a minute to pop over and say hi. If you do like what you see, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos, if you click the subscribe button and the little notification bell, you'll get to see when all my next videos go up. I will link everything I can down below where you can find me, patterns, yarn, designer names. I'll put everything down below for you. I will include pictures as well of what we've spoke about today. So until next time, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.